The Battle of Kadesh, Ramses II versus the Hittites. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, it really does help to grow the channel. Introduction: The Clash of Empires. The year is 1274 BCE. Two of the greatest superpowers of the ancient world are on a collision course. To the west, Egypt, led by the young and ambitious pharaoh Ramses II, known to history as Ramses the Great. To the north, the rising Hittite Empire, under King Muwatalli II, controlling vast lands in Anatolia and Syria. At stake was Kadesh, a strategically vital city on the Orontes River. Whoever held Kadesh would dominate the trade routes between Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the Mediterranean. This was not just a battle over territory, it was a fight for supremacy between two mighty civilizations. Chapter 1: The Road to War. For decades, Egypt and the Hittites had been locked in a cold war, trading threats, building alliances, and skirmishing along the borders of Syria. Kadesh had already changed hands several times. Egypt claimed it as theirs, but the Hittites had seized it, fortifying the city with walls, chariots, and garrisons. Ramses II, only in the 5th year of his reign, was eager to prove his strength and secure his legacy. He assembled one of the largest armies Egypt had ever seen, around 20,000 men divided into 4 divisions, each named after a god: Amun, Ra, Papa, and Set. With banners flying and chariots gleaming in the sun, Ramses marched north, determined to crush the Hittites once and for all. Chapter 2: The Hittite Trap. But King Muwatalli was no fool. He had gathered an even larger army, perhaps 40,000 strong, including thousands of heavy chariots. He positioned them behind Kadesh, hidden across the river, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As Ramses advanced, 2 captured nomads, or perhaps spies sent by the Hittites, told him the Hittite army was far away. Believing the city lightly defended, Ramses split his forces. The Amun division marched ahead with him, while the other divisions trailed behind, days apart. It was the perfect setup for disaster. Ramses had walked straight into the Hittite king's trap. Chapter 3: The Surprise Attack. Ramses camped with his Amun division just outside Kadesh, preparing to attack. Suddenly, the ground shook. Dust rose on the horizon. From behind the city, thousands of Hittite chariots thundered forward, charging straight into the Egyptian camp. The attack was devastating. Ramses' forces were scattered. Chariots overturned, soldiers trampled, the camp set aflame. The Hittites had caught the pharaoh completely off guard. At this moment, Ramses could have been defeated. His army was in chaos. But the pharaoh himself, in his chariot, rallied what men he could. Ancient inscriptions, perhaps exaggerated propaganda, tell us Ramses charged into the enemy like Montu, the god of war, striking fear into the Hittites. Still, the Egyptians were badly outnumbered. Victory seemed impossible. Chapter 4: The Turn of the Tide. Just as the Egyptians teetered on the brink of disaster, reinforcements arrived. The Papa division, delayed on the march, reached the battlefield in time to join Ramses' counterattack. Together, they managed to halt the Hittite chariot charge. Fighting raged near the walls of Kadesh, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The Egyptians drove the Hittites back across the river, but they could not storm the city. The Hittites, for their part, had inflicted serious damage but failed to destroy Ramses' army. The battle ended in a bloody stalemate. Chapter 5, The Aftermath. Both sides claimed victory. Ramses II carved inscriptions across Egypt, declaring himself the triumphant hero, who single-handedly crushed the Hittites. His temples show scenes of him charging into battle, arrows flying, enemies fleeing in terror. But the truth is far more complicated. Kadesh remained under Hittite control. Ramses had saved his army, but he had not conquered the city. For years afterward, Egypt and the Hittites continued their struggle, neither side able to dominate the other. Chapter 6, The world's first peace treaty. Finally, after 2 decades of uneasy warfare, a remarkable event took place. Around 1258 BCE, Ramses II and the Hittite king Hattusili III signed what is considered the world's first known peace treaty. The treaty called for mutual defense, non-aggression, and even an alliance sealed by marriage when Ramses took a Hittite princess as his queen. It was a rare moment in ancient history when diplomacy triumphed over endless war. Conclusion: the legacy of Kadesh. The Battle of Kadesh was not a clear Egyptian victory, but it became one of the most famous battles in history thanks to Ramses' propaganda. For Egyptians, it symbolized the strength and courage of their pharaoh. For historians, it remains a vivid example of ancient warfare, strategy, and political spin. The battle also marked a turning point. Rather than endless war, the great powers of Egypt and the Hittites learned to coexist, creating one of the earliest examples of international diplomacy. In the end, the Battle of Kadesh was more than a clash of armies. It was a struggle for memory, power, and legacy. History is full of battles where the truth is clouded by legend, and Kadesh is one of the most dramatic of all. If you enjoyed this journey into the ancient world, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another story from Egypt's incredible past. Because history isn't just about what happened, it's about how it's remembered.